Good evening, everyone. So, where were you all in previous class? Huh? All were celebrating Valentine. आपके कम बच्चे थे previous class. So first tell me this: how many of you are trying this year's attempt? This time, okay. No, I said most of the Central Asian countries were the member of USSR. Look at the map of USSR. They were the member. Afghanistan was not the member of USSR, but it was influenced by communism. That was I meant. So Priyanshi and Daman is trying. Anyone else? So Priyanshi and Daman, is your everything basics is done? All the classes, all the content is done? अच्छा, okay. तो थोड़ा सा let me tell you for you people. A few things, please, if you're trying this, then few things that are highly scoring, which with less preparation you can do is polity. Polity is one of the most scoring subjects. इसमें if prepare this in this not all the chapters, but Lakshmikant में basically Lakshmikant if you have done is more than sufficient. Main skill it's useless, but prelims skill is fruitful. Yes, good evening, Afifa. So polity must do this. Uh, Polity economy में focus देखिए polity में focus on facts. Do not go in debate. For example, you just need to know how the president is appointed, how he's removed, what is the procedure. That's it. Do not go in the details. Yes, good evening, Anji. Do not go in the details of key, what is the politics, what is the logic. No. Concept mean polity, but facts are important. Which articles talk about it? Not all articles, very important articles only. Supreme Court's article, what are those articles? Basically, what you can do to remember that, especially article part. But to start to do, what is the date of prelims? I forgot. 28. Cool. So what you have to do for 28, say what you do 2 months. 2 months before I will suggest you stop all new content. जो भी इस बार try कर रहे हैं, whatever and whose mic is on. ठीक है? So whatever you have, not just keep that. But if you want, you can just see the current event class if you want. That's why if you see there is a decline in current classes in students, which I believe is not very bad thing. Before 2 months of prelims, just stop every new content. Whatever you have, believe in that and revise it again, again, and again. Do not go for the FOMO fear. We often have this fear of missing out, that I may be missing this, I may be missing that. Bhul jaiye. Anjali, that depends your background, what you're comfortable with. If such kind of query comes, na, so what I will suggest you ask your mentor. whosoever is your mentor, na, call them and ask them to patch to me. Ask them to please patch to us to Vikas. Then I will ask some question. I will get to know you better. Then I can suggest an option. Generally, suggest करना is every student के लिए every option may be different. Clearly, if you have a problem, you can ask them to patch to me. Then we can converse and we'll sort it out. So for general idea, again, this is general idea for everyone. Every student have a different preparation, different mental caliber. So हर किसी का preparation varies. But some general idea I'm giving you. Politically prepare fact, economically prepare concepts on good concept. And economy, खासकर economy में current event becomes important. If there is a concept that has come in current, in this news I will tell you, which is we have a news on lithium reserve. That first news, na. So I will tell you what could be prelims. Concepts are very important in economy, खासकर current event. If any economic concept that has newly emerged, say actually NPR में there was a lot of debate. UPSC directly asked, what is IC1 company? Prelims में the question was, what is IC1 companies? These are called as interest coverage ratio 1. Means the companies whose liability is more than their capacity to pay. That's called interest coverage ratio 1. Directly they ask concept. Economy is concept based. Or economy में all statement are very concept. For example, we will do one case here also. They say, for example, that they suppose exchange rate is rising. So consider the following statement. You होगा demand will fall, import will fall, or export will fall. इस तरीके से concept based. ठीक है. तो economy पे go for concept, polity पे go for fact, and geography पे there's some theories and facts and all. For all facts, I'm telling you 2 months is sufficient. Dedicate a 2 hour time every day for fact learning. Not learn all the article, not learn statistic, not learn geographical facts, not learn them. So by this 2 months, you will consolidate all data ready for prelims. After that, you will forget because fact हर कोई भूल जाता है. Even we forget fact even after teaching so many times. As a clear current event, I would suggest मैं फिर कह रहा हूँ 2 months before stop everything. Whoever is preparing among you, who is going to give this attempt, stop every content before 2 months. Exclusively rot learn whatever you have. In this period, if you want, you can join crash course. देखिए crash course का the chances of crash course hitting the prelims is not very high, but nonetheless, I will suggest कि if you an institute if you like, you join course if you can. Otherwise, not very essential. Believe in your preparation. This much is clear to everyone. For personal guidance, if anyone who has any query with respect to achievement, so that for that we have to do bilateral conversation. Okay? Ask your mentor to patch with me. We can directly talk about. Good evening, Dada. चलिए, with that a bit of ज्ञान की वर्षा, let's talk about our current events. राधा का कौन सा क्वेश्चन था जो क्लियर नहीं हुआ? मैं अच्छा, ठीक है. I think Radha just joined. Radha, in that I was saying the number asked this question. I told him that the thing is, I said that if you see the USSR map, most of the Central Asian country was a member of USSR. That's why I say they were under complete influence of USSR. The Afghanistan was never the member of USSR. It was influenced by communism. That's what I said. So let's start our content now. Correct. Current event 30 to 17 Feb. Okay. Lithium reserve. This news is important. Economically, very, very, very important. अब देखिए how UPSC asks. Understand the mind of UPSC. UPSC, there is a high chance of UPSC will not directly ask for lithium, but it will ask issues related to mining in India. That's how UPSC member. That's how questions are put up. Because lithium is in news, so UPSC expect that you are an ardent reader of current event. I'm telling you, most of the UPSC paper you can guess from current events. Whichever thing is revolving in current event, because the people who prepare the paper, they are expert of their field and they have a lot of knowledge. Which among that knowledge to pick, that depends on current event, whichever they have been seeing around the country, around the world. that strike their mind, they pick up a question. So lithium say the question, the high chances, was a very significant discovery. The question will be directly on mining. We will see some events of prelims and means. So let's understand this. That's how we catch what is important, what is not in any paper, be it polity, economy, whatever. So lithium as a reserve has been discovered. First, we need to understand why it is very significant. It is in the notes you can read. Most important thing is batteries. If you remember, I talked about renewable energy in earlier classes. I said the biggest problem in India's renewable energy infrastructure is first is, does anyone remember? Yes, storage. And the second thing, storage and accumulation. Yes, two-way transmission. Yes, two-way transmission. Yes, infrastructure basically. These were the two biggest problems. Storage, how to keep the renewable energy accumulated and then take it out. Second, transmission. This is the biggest problem. Storage के लिए we have lithium batteries. They are considered the finest source. They are used in your mobile phone, your laptops, your electric cars, everywhere except few things. For example, lead-based batteries and all, which you find in your inverters. वहाँ पे अगर if you leave that out, most of the places में everywhere you find lithium ion battery. India so far did not have lithium ion. Now we have discovered a large 5.9 million tons of lithium ion in a Jammu Kashmir district of Resi district. Very, very significant achievement. By this, India has become among the largest deposit. India has become the member of the largest among the largest deposit in the world. It's very, very good. Now we will see various dimensions associated to it. First thing, very significant, is for batteries because our renewable energy program, our commitment and the Paris Agreement that we have, reducing carbon dioxide emission, the transition to electric vehicle, transition to solar energy, wind energy. So this discovery is very good. खासकर electric vehicle. We are currently using coal and oil based coal and oil based energy solution. Now what will happen, we will transit, we are trying to go from to electric vehicles, e-vehicles, but problem is okay, 70 to 80% cost of electric vehicle is the battery. Biggest and the costliest component in the entire car, entire vehicle, whatever vehicle you talk about, is the battery component, which is very costly. And why? Because India did not have the reserve. Some was in Karnataka and something, but largely we did not have the reserve. With this, we have a large reserve. Now you can expect that electric vehicle will get cheaper. Right now, electric vehicle are costlier than the normal vehicle, even after government subsidy. They're very costly. But after this, there are high chances they will become competing with the normal the petrol diesel vehicle, even CNG vehicles. So it is a very, very, very good news environment wise. First thing. Second thing, it is also good for economy. After the transition that we are trying to have, economy may now you can have, you do not require generators. You can have lithium, you can have keep a lithium battery, you can easily provide. Second significance is the people of Jammu Kashmir. Now most of the battery manufacturing company would like to shift to Jammu Kashmir. The mining that will happen there. So it will generate a large number of employment. That is another good news. So overall, I can say this is not only good for economy, but also for your environment. Another important thing which is in the notes, so देख ही लेते हैं, which is in the notes. This one. China is currently the major supplier of rare earth minerals and खासकर lithium में it has excessive control over global supply. China पे आप देखेंगे it has 7 million and the biggest reserve is right now in South America. The biggest reserves of lithium is in South America, known as something called as Golden Triangle. We use this word Golden Triangle at one place also. Does anyone know this? Yeah, internal security. We use the word Golden Triangle in another context. No one has the idea. Cool. So internal security, whosoever will teach you, wherever you will get internal security, वहाँ पे you will understand drug trafficking. In drug trafficking, you have the region of this Myanmar, Thailand wala region, the border of India's northeast border. पास में Myanmar, Thailand wala region, it is known as the region of Golden Triangle. Similarly, there is another region. Afghanistan-Pakistan border is known as the region of Golden Crescent. These are the hotbed of drug trafficking. Most of the drug that you find in the world is originates. This do not confuse in this golden triangle and this triangle. Both are different, but both mean different. Sorry, both have same name, but both mean different. For drugs, it is the region that you have in this Myanmar, Thailand, wala, and for lithium ion, this is the region that is Argentina, Chile, Bolivia. Clear? These are two places with same name, concept-wise. You can keep that in mind. So the news that we have currently is so far the South America has the largest reserve. Okay, China controls the majority of the world supply. And India, China is the enemy country of India. If you remember a few classes back, we discussed that India cannot boycott China. Even if we want that Atmanirbhar that Indian government wants, we cannot boycott China because of critical dependence on China on various things, including lithium ions. So now what will happen? We have the largest reserve. This will help us dilute our dependence on China. This add the security dimension. So look, one discovery and multiple benefits. Economic benefits, environmental benefits, your socio-political benefit for especially for Jammu Kashmir, and your international relation and security benefit because of diluting dependence on the world trade, most importantly China. This much is significance is clear. Any questions so far? Okay, this the thing that I told you are main space. This is prelims. Prelims के लिए you need to remember that lithium is a rare earth metal. It's a rare earth metal which is generally silver white in color. First point. Second point. Third point. It is fast. It is found in Earth's crust majorly. You know there's core, then mantle, then crust. This part. It is found in crust. And fourth point. This is extracted by solar evaporation of large brine pool. Brine pool is a large pool where you have this. They are allowed to evaporate. The rest of the metal evaporates, leaving behind the mineral. Okay, that thing. And fifth thing is open pit mine. So these are 5 points for prelims you need to remember. It's a rare earth metal. It is silver white in color. It is found in Earth's crust. It is extract. It is obtained by solar evaporation of large brine pool. And fifth, most of the mining is open pit mining. Open pit mining, you have, for example, like this. This is your reserve here. This is your earth. In this, you create pits, direct digging. This is called open pit mining. But other mining, the other method of mining, closed pit mining also is there. For example, oil case. Oil case, what you do is you dig a hole here, dig another hole. From this hole, you put intense pressure, and the oil comes out from this. उसमें क्या होता है? It's better. In this method is more environmental friendly. This is environmental disaster. This is the negative point. This lithium ion core, when we will extract from Jammu Kashmir, first point you need to remember, it is located in Jammu Kashmir, has Himalayas, which is ecologically sensitive zone. And mining in ecologically sensitive zone, we have seen what happened to Joshimath. We have seen the crisis of Joshimath. This is potential hazard here. If government does not approach it in a very environmentally sustainable manner, it could, rather than being an opportunity for environment, transition to electric vehicle, it could be a disaster for environment. Let's understand that point first in detail. Concern. Okay, open pit mining means you will remove vegetation, water bodies will get dirtier, soil will be deteriorated, large scale rehabilitation of people and wildlife, because you will remove people from such sites because there's danger of sinking and all. You will remove people, the wildlife will be impacted, and most importantly, we know the track record of government of India in rehabilitation of people, very disaster. These are some potential fallout, most important fallout. This much is clear, the weaknesses and the strengths. Now, a question that I would like to ask you. Would it benefit the people of Jammu Kashmir, socio-economic benefit? Why? Because Jammu Kashmir people were a bit happy and this was discovered. They were like, now we will get employment, this and that. Yes, bilkul, exactly, Priyansh. Yes. Oh, resource curse. Were you in economic class? Resource curse. Yes, resource curse. Yes, Africa. बिल्कुल सही. Exactly. तो देखिए, the thing is, we have to see. So we have discussed this. Cool. So we have to see who will get benefit. For that, now comes a prelim. Please, everyone, remember this legal framework for prelims. This year, this discovery is important, may be asked. So prelims के लिए you need to remember this thing, that there is an act, Mines and Mineral Development and Regulation Act, MMDR Act 1957. Under this act, the state government has all the powers to grant mineral rights, known as mineral concessions. What is mineral concession? It is an agreement between the government and the grant of minerals. Say, for example, XYZ Corporation comes to exploration in Jammu Kashmir. So the government of Jammu Kashmir, right now there is a governor there, lieutenant governor, they will give concession to XYZ Corporation, agreement or right to exploit to XYZ Corporation, that is on mineral concession. In lieu of that, the XYZ corporation will give a percentage to Jammu Kashmir. Whatever they will extract, they will give a part to Jammu Kashmir. That is called royalty. This is how the process. State government, under the Act of MMDR, state government has an exclusive right over all the minerals within their boundary. They grant the agreement, contract, or whatever you can call it to the miners. That is called mineral concession. As a part of mineral concession, they agree on some profit arrangement. Whatever you will earn after extracting and selling, you will give a part to us. That is called royalty. This is one process. But there is a catch here. The catch is that any mineral which is mentioned in first schedule of the act, only central government can give the. Remember this for prelims. That under MMDR Act, all mineral agreements, all mineral tenders and concessions are given by the state government. But if any mineral is mentioned in first schedule, then central government gives the mineral. That's the catch here is lithium bearing minerals are in first schedule. So who will give any concession in Jammu Kashmir over lithium? मतलब मोदी जी तो नहीं था ठीक है सेंटर yes union government but you get a bit sentimental huh? Yes, that is what will happen. It's clear. Please keep this in mind. Very important for prelim. This part, legal framework, is important for prelim. Next. So, what we have. So, we have result two things. Pehla, we have seen a discovery which put India among the elite club. Second, we saw the various advantages, the political, the economic, the socio-economic, and security advantage, IR advantage. Saw that. Then we see the potential fallout in terms of mining. And mining में India का record बहुत खराब kind of record we have is very bad. Let's see how. अब आते हैं issues पे. पहला, I will go to this. Why I was saying it could be a socio-economic disaster also. Why? Because there is a Shah Commission report of 2013 on illegal mining. In 2013, the Shah Commission, yes, rather all natural resources within that territory, mineral resources I'm talking about, not rivers and all. Mineral resources are under state government's control, but except the minerals in first schedule, they are under central government. And lithium is in first schedule. बाकी यहाँ पे listed है, you can see which minerals there. First schedule में you have hydrocarbons, atomic minerals, metallic mineral like iron, bauxite, lead, zinc, and gold, including lithium. These are the minerals under which central government can give order. So next up is Shah Commission. Why I was saying it could be a socio-economic disaster also, because Shah Commission was appointed to see how the mining areas works, and if the discovery of mineral is development, then Jharkhand should be the developed state. Why Jharkhand is such a underdeveloped state? If it has a large amount of minerals, if the discovery of mineral is the guarantee to prosperity, then Africa should be the most prosperous continent on earth. Yeah, we will understand why they are not. One reason is this, as Shah Commission pointed out. It is stated that there is no rule of law. All these mineral districts, there is no rule of law. The law is what the mighty company decides in collusion with concerned department. The commission finding demonstrate that state miners cannot be trusted to uphold public interest. So what is the solution? Matlab simply, what happens in real life? State government gets the resources, they give a mining concession, that is called mineral concession. Private miners come, they dig the hole, they extract the resources, they displace the people, nobody rehabilitates them. Anyone who protests against the project, immediately they are called as Naxals and put behind bar. This is not me saying, this is Zaza committee saying. Another committee. Zaza committee said that every protest that happens against any development project, they are not Naxals. You brand everyone as Naxal. Most of the mining places are forest and all. Tribals are there, and the left-wing ideology is hold over. So what happens? A private company come, it took the concession, it start digging, and as soon as the people, local people protest, they are branded as Naxals, urban Naxals and all. They're put behind bars. This is Zada committee. It said everyone protesting against a developmental project is not a Naxal. ठीक है, do not abuse this term. पहली चीज. Second चीज, the committee, the company, it feed people, the local DM, SP and all. They are under the thumb of the private company, as the Shah Commission highlights. Under the thumb, they feed them properly, and because of this, they do not take action, and in collusion, they take action against the local people. You keep exploiting, and as soon as the mine get dry, you leave it. Actual law says once the mine get dry, it is extracted. You have to fill the mine back. You have to level the floor. Then you have to resettle the people. This is the law saying. But 99% time it never happens. The company come exploit and runs away. All that's abandoned mining. Okay, this happens a lot. So we need to think over this. कि ये रिसोर्स किसे empower करने वाले पहली चीज. तो उसके लिए मोदी गवर्नमेंट थोड़ा गुड है. Modi government thought, why should we do this? Let's have a new idea. District Mineral Foundation, again important for buildings. Remember the fact about DMF. District Mineral Foundation, they are non-profit. Keep this in mind. They are non-profit bodies. They are non-profit bodies, usually headed by DM. In case of Chhattisgarh, they are headed by minister, often a tribal minister. They are set up in all the districts affected by mining. So every district in the country affected by mining has a district mineral foundation. A noble idea of Narendra Modi government, no doubt. Okay. In this, all miners, whether old or new, they have to contribute royalty. Now, after this DMF, what is the remember this DMF is made in the MMDR. Government of Modi government brought an amendment to MMDR Act under which district mineral foundations are created. What happens right now is, for example, XYZ company goes to Jharkhand. In Jharkhand, say for example, it mine coal. Say for example. So after in mining coal, it will get an agreement from Jharkhand government called a mineral concession. It will give, say for example, 10% royalty to Jharkhand. Now after District Mineral Foundation, it will also give a certain part of its profit as a royalty to District Mineral Foundation. Say for example, 2%. You are giving royalty to state government, fine. You also have to give additional royalty to the DMF. Some state may this royalty is divided between the state and the DMF. That's different state to state. So DMF क्या करेगी? DMF will use all this money for the development of local. That is a very noble idea. Not our practice में does not work, but nonetheless noble idea. So this development माने they will provide for rehabilitation, education, hospitals, health जो भी चीजें होती हैं local people के लिए, this will work for them. Clear है यहाँ तक? DMF, MMDR Act, any confusion? अब हम डिस्कस करते हैं पोटेंशियल फॉल आउट. अगेन इकोनॉमिक कॉन्सेप्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर डज इट वर्क बट प्रियंशी DMFs है देखिए it depends as I told you who is the controller here, who is the head here. DM, if a DM is good and honest, which I guarantee you, if you are honest you will not be appointed here, but ऐसा नहीं कि all are corrupt. Some state like छत्तीसगढ़ जगह पे वहाँ पे अच्छा है. Some state in Chhattisgarh and some places where there are some DMs who have literally worked good. ऐसा नहीं कि all are bad people. Otherwise how the world will survive? Mines mafia ka there is very strong control. They will not allow an honest person to be appointed in these bodies. They control who is appointed. उसमें local polity is a big nexus actually. But ऐसा नहीं है कि everyone is there. I'm again saying everyone is not bad. That's why we are running a country in a good manner. ठीक है? Keep this in mind. अब आते हैं economic another concept that I was saying. That is called Richard Ortiz resource curse. Actually, what happened? Richard Ortiz says generally If I tell you that I discovered some resources, so you will be like, now you are rich. Example, I bought a house, I discovered some scarce resource under my house. So I am rich, no doubt. But the problem, this is everyone sees Richard Forty said otherwise. He said what happens in any government, what happens, the government impose taxes on the people. It imposes taxes on the people or income tax. So when you pay income tax now and government does not spend that money back on you by all infrastructure, you are pained, you are angry and you criticize. But when you pay no taxes, you don't care. The tax is a very good tool of keeping people involved. Say, for example, you paid for a car. If there is even a scratch on the car, you are pained. But if somebody else's car is there, you have never paid for that car, you don't care about that. But the point, the thing that happens is what happened in case of resources. When a state, when a government discover resources, government dependence on people for money decreases. What if this government does? It extract the resource and sell them. It get all the money. So when it get all the money from that, तो इससे क्या होता है? This government becomes super corrupt. Now it does not have to care about the people. That it increase rent seeking and increase corruption. It has been seen. States which discover large resources, contrary to the belief they should develop, they go further down. Very good example, you can see India. India with the state which have this is the analysis, not mine, this economic survey analysis. I think 2017. Economic survey in 2017 gave a detailed analysis, 17, 18. 1718 gave a detailed analysis why some states of India, which are mineral rich, like Jharkhand, Odisha, and all, why they are poor, why they are not as developed as states like Bihar, especially the eastern Bihar and the western UP, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu. These are industrialized states. They are not resource rich per se. The resource rich are going down. There they coined the term Richard Ortiz resource. Clear what will happen? After clear everyone? Resource curves. Okay. Now, another economic concept, then we will either summarize the entire news. This is called Dutch disease. Have we ever talked about Dutch disease? It's a natural phenomenon. Again, resource curse is a political corruption. Disease is the natural economic phenomenon. I believe nobody knows. Cool. Let me tell you. Economics may it is taught what is Dutch disease. Let's see what this is. It is a name coined from the Denmark. How it works? इसके लिए थोड़ा सा we have to understand about exchange rate system. For example, you have $1 equals to 60 rupees. Now you have $1 equals to 120. And for ease of understanding, if you find it hard to compare currency, I will suggest put any of the currency as a commodity. The dollar, if you think it in terms of money, you may get confused. Put dollar as a commodity, like pen. Say I have a pen named dollar. इससे क्या होगा? You can easily understand. I have a pen named dollar. So one pen costed 60 rupees. Now same one pen cost 120. Can I say the cost of pen has increased? Can I say dollar has become strong? समझ में आ गई? तो इसमें क्या हुआ? Dollar has become strong, rupee has become weaker. Now tell me this. Let's take another example. One pen is equals to 60 rupees. Say for example, okay, one pen is equals to 60 rupees. So by using $1, I can buy only one pen. Now after this change, for $1, I can buy two pens. Of course, 120 rupees. To buy in this, when rupee goes down, export increase or decrease? आपको समझ में आया ना what I'm trying to ask? Would increase करेगा because I am a foreigner. I have dollars with me. I exchange dollar for rupee, then buy something from India. The pen cost will remain the same, but because rupee has gone down, so my dollar has more power vis-a-vis rupee. So previously, I was buying one pen in India for my dollar. Now I can buy two pen for my dollar. So my tendency to consume Indian product will increase, export increase. Keep this in mind. अब इससे मैं if I reverse this, can I say if rupee gets stronger, import will decrease? Can I say this? If rupee gets stronger, the import will decrease, export will decrease. Sorry, okay. This concept is clear. Now let us understand Dutch disease. What happens? Let's say there is a country like that. This country has nothing out of ordinary, and मान लेते हैं it has a currency rupee कह देते हैं. It has a currency called rupee. So one rupee, say for example, was $60. Say for example, this currency immediately discovered a resource, very crucial resource that the world wants. क्या होगा? All the companies will start running toward this country around the world. So what this company will bring? These company have dollars. They will change dollars for domestic currency. So this rupee will get stronger. Is it or isn't it? It will get stronger. Rupee, 1 rupee equals to 60. It can become even 1 rupee equals to $120. The rupee will keep on getting stronger, stronger, stronger. Can I say the export will keep on declining, declining, declining from this country? This is called Dutch disease. Now let me summarize for easy understanding. Dutch disease says when a crucial resource which is wanted by the world increase in a country, found in a country, so all the companies or all the countries try to come to that country. They exchange dollars, international currency for domestic currency. Domestic currency gets stronger, exports decline, so that country goes backward in development. This is called Dutch disease. So there are two fears out of lithium. If there is too much exploitation, पहला resource curse, and second, clear है सबको? Any question? So let me summarize the entire news. A new crucial resource called lithium, a large deposit has been discovered in India. Put India among the elites of the elites. Now, with that resource is good because it is likely to generate jobs in marketing, in companies moving, खासकर mobile, electric vehicle company, Jammu Kashmir, possibility, economic advancement. It will dilute India's dependence on China, strategic advancement, socio-economic well-being of the Jammu Kashmir especially and all Indian in general because phone, laptop, your electric car will go cheaper. Everyone will benefit. So socio-economic benefit for everyone. These are some benefit. Environmental benefit because we switch from oil and diesel-based cars to electric cars. Another benefit. Disadvantage because lithium is extracted by open pit mining. So we will remove vegetation, we will remove people, we will remove wildlife. These are some in the mining. We basically destroy water resources. The effluent from mining that goes to water bodies that destroy water bodies. These are potential fallout. Socioeconomic fallout may you have the resource curse and the resource curse and to deal with this we have MMDR. Under MMDR Act we have district mineral foundations. So the real question and the real solution that I have is if we really want the people of Jammu Kashmir to take the benefit of this discovery, we should have district mineral foundation in Jammu Kashmir, not headed by the district magistrate, but by the local people. We can arrange some election process. The local people will choose their representative who will head DMF. Rather than this British era position, rather than a minister, we should have the local people who are affected by the mining. They should choose their representative in district mineral foundation. You can have combined representation. The chief of the district mineral foundation shall be elected by local people. You can have representative from the state government, central government, and the private government. But the chief should be the local person's representative. Clear? This I believe is the best solution. Okay? So we have seen the way forward also. Any question to anyone, please ask. And we will move to second news. Right. And let us come to second news then. Another thing that we have in this is a part of internal. First news was economic. This is internal security. Not important for prelims. Okay, only for me. This program may be asked directly, but I don't think it will be asked. Very important. So the program is why is writing. What you are writing is a big question. People writing. So we have vibrant villages program. Actually, let me summarize. What happened is the biggest problem in internal security. You will understand something called as border management. Is a topic, proper chapter, border management in internal security, GS paper 3. In that, what you need to understand, for example, you have border like this. Here you have Pakistan, here you have India. There is a fundamental problem here. Let's draw like this. There is a village here, there is a village here. And this is, say, for example, LOC, line of control. There are two problems here. Number one problem, that India, I told you, was one country. It is artificially divided. तो सोशियो इकोनॉमिकली अगर हम देखें इथनिकली, if you see ethnically, most of the people of entire South Asia are same. Ethnically you cannot differentiate. If I stand a person from UP and a person from Lahore together, until as they speak, you cannot distinguish between them. We are so similar to each other. I told you Pakistan is what? It is India 2.0, nothing more than India's next state. The problem is ethnic similarity. So the security agencies find it very hard to find the people. If anyone crosses the border, it is very hard to find them. They easily intermingle. And in this process, sometimes the security agencies arrest and shoot out, shoot out. Yes, वाइड पॉसिबिलिटी. इसमें देखिए एक चीज मैं कहूंगा, पाकिस्तान विल बी वेरी एंग्री राइट नाउ. ठीक है, अब पाकिस्तान क्लेम ऑन जम्मू कश्मीर विल बिकम इवन स्ट्रॉन्गर. क्या अभी तक तो क्लेम करते थे बट इतना क्लेम नहीं करते, बिकॉज जम्मू कश्मीर वाज ओनली primarily important for ethnic reasons. Now it is economically significant. But the point you are highlighting, I'm damn sure now you will hear more argument for Jammu Kashmir's freedom, so-called freedom. Sir, with this resource, you can expect more activities of insurgents in Jammu Kashmir. अभी जो terrorism का phase we are seeing, देखिए already it is going very bad, but there are high chances China, Pakistan as a country will now become even more interested in Jammu Kashmir. Like in the events of terrorism, insurgency is likely to increase even more now. Now it's economically significant also. देखते हैं how things will unfold. But in that case, keep this in mind, or everyone does that. ऐसा नहीं है कि they will do this, हम भी करते हैं अगर हमें जरूरत पड़ती है. अगर for example POK में हमारा, you can raise this point, but do not write it too politicized, because these are, देखिए, some are called conspiracy theory, some are real. आप एक लाइन में से मेंशन कर सकते हैं that there are chances that Pakistan or China and US will politicize Jammu Kashmir even more. एक लाइन में, ये ज्यादा मत करिए. Cool? ठीक. So next we have is Vibrant Villages program. So what is the Vibrant Villages program? It's a centrally sponsored scheme. हाँ, so I was telling you, पहला problem आता है ethnicity. Border, on the both sides of border, you have ethnically similar people. It becomes hard for security agency to find the real one. Sometimes these people collude with each other. These people collude. A village here will collude with the people of here, and there are numerous news. For example, if you've seen the Urta Punjab movie, then you will see Punjab mein actually what happens. The people from the Pakistani side, they throw that cocaine and all from the barbed wire on the Indian side, and then Indian villager men, they are fixed with those people. They pick that and then distribute in entire India, mostly Pakistan. एक चीज नोटिस कीजिएगा, India has drug problem in all the border states. Punjab is a border state, that's why it is drug affected. If you see northeast, northeast में border states are highly drug affected. Ah, they are on. I'm not saying the police does not know this. I know they also take the part of it. I'm not denying that. So एक वो problem होती है. The problem that we have is underdevelopment. Okay, understand this. It's a LOC. It is not a settled border. So what the government used to do is they do not invest in such places. Like, say for example, there is a village here on Pakistan side. There is a village here on Indian side. If we invest in this village and tomorrow some happen and LOC becomes international border and it is like this. So all the money that we have invested in a border village, it may go to the next country. And same goes with Pakistan. They will not invest in their border villages because if they invest and if when the border will settle, that village can go to the next state, matlab, to India. That's why we do not invest in social infrastructure like roads, buildings, schools, highways. But we do invest in military infrastructure. That is beyond doubt. But we do not invest in social infrastructure. And in such scenario, the people of these villages which are on border, they remain deprived of development. And in that process, they help the criminals. That's why drug trafficking, prostitution, human trafficking, and arms trafficking, that is trafficking, is very common in border villages. They participate in this kind of thing. So government, it was started by previous government. Government in 1980s started a program known as Border Area Development Program, BADP. It is in the notes. They started Border Area Development Program. The purpose of that program was to develop border areas so that the people living in border area do not need or do not get the necessity to participate with the foreign element. First thing, in that series you have Vibrant Village Program. It is a centrally sponsored scheme, of course, because the security of India is the responsibility of government of India. Of course, it's a centrally sponsored scheme. The centrally, acha, I hope everyone knows the difference between centrally sponsored and central sector scheme. What is the critical difference between central sector scheme and centrally sponsored? Yes, central sector scheme में 100% is given by the center. Centrally sponsored में majority is given by the center. Often it is 60-40. Often, not true for all schemes, but large portion is given by center because center has more money. Okay, this is a centrally sponsored scheme. You can receive the approval of the government for the financial year itna to itna, but it will continue up till 2026. So but this is all you have to remember. There is a program called Vibrant Villages Program. It's a centrally sponsored scheme. Uh, it will continue up till 2026 and it is for the development of border villages and blocks. बाकी आप समझ सकते हैं क्या होगा? Infrastructure, vital infrastructure like roads, water supply, other kind of which. And who will be powered? The Gram Panchayat. The Gram Panchayat will assist the district administration in developing vibrant village action plan. They will develop action plan, send to the district administration, and then they will take over. That's a good idea. बाकी रीजन मैंने आपको बताई थी, नेशनल सिक्योरिटी है. Clear, small news. Clear, everyone? Any question? Okay. Next, this news you can find in two places: economics and internal security. In internal security means something you have money laundering check. It is also economically significant. Let's see how. Well, tell me this: have you ever heard of this word, transfer pricing? Anyone in this class who have ever heard this? This is a news. So let me go with the basics then. Let's see how it works. Rather than suna. Okay. Look at how it works. Let's say there's a company, Facebook. Not the Facebook, I'm just naming a company. There's a XYZ company, Facebook. It does something. Who cares? So what happens? Facebook wants to comes to work in India. Say for example, Facebook, that company manufacture vaccine. This company comes to India and it sells its vaccine, and the people of India dies. A lot of people. A problem here, this company maybe say for example registered in Cayman Island. These are island of Caribbean on the Central America. So say for example, it is registered in Cayman Island. It comes to India, provide vaccine to the Indian people. people of India dies. A problem that comes is it is not a legal person in India. Remember, all the companies of India are legal person. It's not a legal person. So you, good afternoon now. Abhinav, you are too late. We are at the last news. I just started. Transfer pricing ko I just started. Which topic you are saying? Oh, norms का सिस्टम. अच्छा ठीक है. So we just started this news. Keep a sharp eye. ठीक है. So we are discussing transfer pricing वाला. But BBC पे the survey that have been done by IT, not important for you. Political news, not need to cover. No need to cover. But dynamics, economic part of that news is important. Let's see how. So, say for example, there's a company called Facebook, manufacture vaccine registered in Cayman Island. It comes to India and provide vaccine. So people in India die. Indian government cannot hold this company legally liable in India because it is not registered. So there is a legal identity. This company, if want to sell vaccine in India, it must be registered by the name of Facebook India. FB. This company, FB India, will be a legal person in India. It can be called in courts, it can be prosecuted, it can be subjected to any law of the land. Only Facebook can sell its vaccine in India. That's how it works. This is the legal side. Up now, what is transfer? Let's say another example. यहाँ तक क्लियर है ना? But how, why we have registered company? Everyone clear? देखते क्या होता है. What is transfer pricing? Facebook same company. Facebook vaccine registered in Cayman Island. This company has a subsidiary in India. Facebook India. Say for example, Facebook India earns a profit of 20 crore. Government of India imposed corporate tax at 15%. Say for example. So 20 crore का 15%, this Facebook India has to give the Indian government. To avoid this liability of 20 crore, 15% and 20 crore, but this Facebook India will do. This Facebook India will create a purchase order. This Facebook India will ask its parent company create a purchase order of 15 crore. I hope everyone know what is profit. Profit का मतलब होता है your income minus expenditure. Whatever your inputs and whatever your expenditure, all kind of fixed, non-fixed, whatever. Whatever is left is your profit. So now what is the profit of Facebook India after this purchase order of 15 crore? 5 crore. So this will pay taxes. This company will pay tax to government of India of 15% of 5 crore. आपका इस पे. So this company of course will get a 15 crore order. So this is a profit for this company, income for this company. But catch here is the Cayman Island has a corporate tax equals to 0%. So you saved entire taxation on 15 crore. And this pricing, the pricing that a subsidiary put to its parent for buying something is called as transfer price. Okay, that's why I told you na, corruption you cannot imagine private with. Government में आप घूस 100 रुपए खा के you will not earn that much, you can earn in private. Government में some places are good. There's an assistant registrar, very lucrative position. Anyway, सबको clear है transfer pricing? Anyone any question? This is how you do money laundering also. A large amount of money, and this all concept, remember this legal term is known as, again explain. Okay, let me no, the one WTO has no role in it. WTO, remember, is a body to impose free trade. वो तो चाहती है ये सब. WTO wants to dismantle control around the world. Counter है WTO. Let's see. Let me again explain this. Yes, new liberal. Let's see again. If there is a company called Facebook India, Facebook, there's a company called Facebook. This company is registered in Cayman Island. This company provides vaccine. So this company first comes to India and it registered itself as Facebook India. And they provide vaccine to Indian people. they earn, say, for example, 20 crore rupees of profit out of all income expenditure subtraction. So as per government of India, let's say 10% you have to pay. Let's say India have a corporate tax. The way individual pay income tax, corporations pay corporate tax. So say for example, there is 10% corporate tax. So 10% of 20 crore is the tax amount that they have to give to government of. But this company wants to save money. They can say they can create a purchase order. Remember why? Because this is a separate legal entity in India. It's a separate legal entity. It's a legal person like you and me. Okay, we enjoy fundamental rights. This company does not enjoy fundamental rights, but legally speaking, it is subjected to law of the land like you and I. They are legal person, legal term. So this legal person, Facebook India, which is in India, will create a purchase order to another company, which happens to be Spirit. This company, which is not in India, this company is only in Cayman Islands. Purchase order of 15 crore. Now, this company will show I had 20 crore of profit, but I created a purchase order of 15 crore. So, minus 15 crore, only 5 crore is my profit. So, it will pay 10% of 5 crore to government. Clear up till here, Gayatri? This company, which is not in India, which is in Cayman Islands, this company has got 15 crore rupees. Now, it has to pay tax on 15 crore to its own government, wherever it is registered. But the catch here is Cayman Island is a tax haven. Tax haven means the country which impose corporate tax at 0% or near 0%. For example, 0.001. इस तरह के tax. This company has saved entire money. On 15 crore, it was supposed to pay 10% tax in India. It saved that entire tax. यहाँ तक clear, Gayatri? Is it clear, Gayatri? Yes, tax havens often do for attracting taxes. Yes, attract foreign investors. Yes. अभी इसमें बहुत सारे डायमेंशन है. We are just going very basic. This thing is known as BBAS, base erosion and profit shifting. Because this company has eroded its base and shifted its profits to this company. This is called base erosion and profit shifting. This is one of the most important mechanism of, you can say, money laundering and tax shifting. It's a quantum समझिए how big this thing is. देखिए, according to OECD, it's an organization, 60% of all global trade is within MNEs. So just 60% of the world global trade is within the companies. This is that big amount. It is in trillions of dollars. Clear? MNE माने multinational enterprises. Multinational enterprises. Facebook India is a company which is in multiple countries. अब एक क्वेश्चन ये आता है, is Indian government stupid? Why Indian government will allow this 15 crore? Because there is a catch here. This company will send a parcel to India also. Because you have placed a purchase order, na, so you have to show something came. And in this, if you have seen the Guru movie, have you seen the Guru movie, that Akshay Bachchan's movie? नाम है अभिषेक बच्चन का. सीन देखी. Cool. देखिए उसमें क्या होता है? What did that person do? This company will supply empty ships. Ship full of cartoon, but empty cartoons. And what they will do, they will bribe some people on the port in India. They will bribe some people on the port of the Cayman Island. And this empty ship, a ship with empty cartoons, will be shown by this official present here as full cartoon ship. So in the eyes of government of India, a 15 crore order was placed and 15 crore rupees commodity came to India. Who cares what was clear how this entire thing goes on? This is called BACS. अब आते हैं what we can do about what Indian government is thinking. And then you will understand BBC वाला case. Okay. What this government has brought two things. First is safe harbor rules, and second is advanced pricing agreement. What is APA or advanced pricing? Advanced pricing agreement is an agreement between the taxpayer, in our example, Facebook India. It will be an agreement between Facebook India and the tax authorities. Our example, of course, corporate tax, जो भी income tax department जो भी है, corporate tax department. So corporate tax department and the Facebook India will sign an agreement under which they will list some criteria of determining transfer price, pricing that the subsidiary charged to its parent, how they came to that price. उसके लिए the tax authorities and the taxpayer, Facebook India, they will sign an agreement under which we will list how to determine this price, and this will be valid for 5 years. Clear what is advanced pricing agreement? Online people, is it? Of course, it is allowing transfer pricing. ये देखिए ना क्या लिखा है. It is introduced in Income Tax Act 2012. It is an agreement between the taxpayer and the tax authority that sets out beforehand the method of determining transfer pricing pertaining to transactions between subsidiary and its foreign bill for 5 years. Catch up it will come to. After 5 years, it can be renewed. For 5 years, this agreement is valid. Any transaction that you make, अभी आएंगे, पर इतना समझ में आया, प्लीज टेल मी दिस, व्हाट इज एपीए, इज अंडरस्टूड? ठीक है, लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड द व्हाई वी आर साइनिंग दिस एग्रीमेंट. बिकॉज़ देखिए, इट्स अ टीडियस केस, बिकॉज़ दिस इन्वॉल्व टू कंट्रीज. फॉर एग्जांपल, कंट्री लाइक स्विट्जरलैंड, मान लेते हैं स्विट्जरलैंड इज इन्वॉल्व. स्विट्जरलैंड में देयर इज अ कंपनी इन इंडिया. स्विट्जरलैंड डज नॉट डिस्क्लोज इंफॉर्मेशन. If Indian government claims that, for example, Facebook India has done 15 crore rupees of PAPs, base erosion profit shifting, you will take to Facebook India to court. Facebook India will put this argument, you will put your argument, the case will go on for years. Nobody will benefit. You will lose a significant time, you will lose a significant amount. So this court battle that ensued because of transfer pricing. First of all, transfer pricing prove करना मुश्किल पड़ता है. You have to go landing tax pattern. Government of India ने एक अच्छा तरीका निकाला. Let's have this agreement, and this agreement is valid if you have something called as safe harbor. First, you will sign advanced pricing. Under advanced pricing agreement, you will list some criteria. You will accept the transfer pricing. Once it is done, after that, safe harbor rules comes into play. It says that tax authorities will not do detailed scrutiny. Whatever agreement you agree, they will not detailedly analyze your transaction as long as you pay a minimum tax, that is 20 to 30% of total operational profit. Well, whatever the Facebook India's operational profit is, if it pays 20 to 30%, the government department will not go in nuances of transaction. For example, it may have saved 60%, but if it at least pay this much, we will not care. करो जो करना है. Clear? And why this is being done, I told you, legal battle are a nightmare. कभी सॉल्व नहीं होती. आप मान लेते हैं, यू डिमांड, अडानी देखिए, अगर इंक्वायरी बैठेगी, ये आएगा. अडानी में इंक्वायरी बैठेगी, जो मुझे लगता नहीं गवर्नमेंट विल डू. दे मे डू आफ्टर 24 इलेक्शन. बिफोर 2024 इलेक्शन, आई डोंट थिंक देयर विल बी एन इंक्वायरी. बट इफ देयर इज एन इंक्वायरी, दिस ट्रांसफर प्राइसिंग, नहीं पे एग्जाम इन्हीं चीजों का तो लगा है. He did BAPS, base erosion profit shifting. It is shell company. अब देखिए, एक और एडवांटेज होता है यहाँ पे. You go to, I told you, you go to tax havens. You are here, you are tax havens. You do transaction with tax havens, and you can show a lot of business. So all these are just acquisition, and they can be proved only by an inquiry, which हमें पता नहीं कब हो. Is it clear, Abhinav? अब यहाँ तक बताइए, एवरीवन इज क्लियर? एडवांस प्राइसिंग एग्रीमेंट, बीईपीएस एंड सेफ हार्बर. एनी क्वेश्चन टू एनीवन? I don't get the question, Dilip. But you're asking this cannot be done only within the customer. एवरीथिंग ट्रेड उसको हम एपीए से कवर करेंगे, ऑपरेशनल प्रॉफिट जो भी आपने ऑपरेट किया वट एवर ऑपरेशनल प्रॉफिट यू कवर दैट विल, एंड ऑपरेशनल प्रॉफिट में मेथोडोलॉजी डिसाइड, एपीए जो होगा इसमें वी विल डिसाइड अ मेथोडोलॉजी, कैसे हम डिराइव करेंगे वो हमारे काम करनी है, वी आर नॉट इकोनॉमिस्ट, वी हैव टू गो फॉर डिटेल स्क्रूटनी जो हम करेंगे ही नहीं। सिंपली हमारा ये है, इफ यू आर पेइंग 20 to 30% ऑफ टैक्सेस ऑन द प्रॉफिट यू आर अर्निंग, आई डोंट केयर हाउ मेनी ट्रांसफर प्राइसिंग एग्रीमेंट यू साइन, सॉरी हाउ मेनी ट्रांसफर प्राइसिंग ट्रांजैक्शन यू, दैट्स द थिंग। अब प्रॉब्लम क्या आ रहा है, देयर इज अ ह्यूज बैकलॉग ऑफ केसेस बिकॉज़ द प्राइवेट कंपनी सेज दिस 20 to 30% बहुत ज्यादा है, प्राइवेट कंपनी सेज दिस 20 to 30% इज वेरी हाई, that there are so many cases in the court against this safe harbor rules and minimum taxation rule. This is for the company. I don't get how your custom limit area. This is for the entire company. Entire company ka whatever transaction they have done, transfer pricing, we will scrutinize them. वही बात, हाँ, yes, that's a depend from company to company operational profit 20 to 30%. They are saying it's a high, and that's why high incidence of transfer pricing litigation. इंडिया में बहुत केसेस है कोर्ट में पेंडिंग, तो दिस 230% इज वेरी हाई अमाउंट, लोअर इट। चलिए, तो यहाँ तक के लिए अब आते हैं आईटी डिपार्टमेंट में। एक्चुअली द आईटी डिपार्टमेंट सर्वे, पहला रिमेंबर सर्वे, सर्वे इज नॉट रेड। रेड में व्हाट हैपेंस, यू सीज द डॉक्यूमेंट, यू सीज द कंप्यूटर हार्ड ड्राइव। सर्वे में यू जस्ट लुक एट द थिंग्स, यू डू नॉट सीज थिंग्स, दैट्स द डिफरेंस बिटवीन सर्वे एंड अ रेड, a new evolution. IT survey was conducted on BBC office, and we know why. BBC published a documentary that is India, the Modi question, on Gujarat riots and then CAA riots. Yeah, and the role of the government of India played there. Yeah. So BBC had published a documentary. So it is being seen that it is a revenge date. We cannot conclusively say, but it appears so. In the view of BBC's deliberate non-compliance with transfer pricing rule that I told you, advanced pricing agreement and safe harbor rule. So they are saying that BBC did not obey the rules and it diverted vast amount of profits. That is what they are saying. For that, they carried out survey on BBC. What is the outcome? We don't know because of course they do not leak that out. बाकी सबको क्लियर है what is transfer pricing, how we deal with transfer pricing, safe harbor rules and advanced pricing agreement. अब एक और रिवोल्यूशन देखिए, these are domestic remedies, the say advanced pricing agreement, safe harbor rule are domestic remedy. There is another international remedy, that is global minimum tax. It was agreed on G7 nation meeting, 2022 की बात हो रही है, 2022 जून में it was agreed by G7 nation meeting that there shall be a global minimum tax of 15% on all cross border tax loopholes by world biggest company, because ये सारी कंपनी इन्वॉल्व है। फॉर एग्जांपल एप्पल, Facebook, Amazon, all these big corporations are notorious. They are known for their back. They shift their profit, they erode their base, and they do not pay taxes. Even in US, they do not pay taxes. Intentionally, what happened is this company registered themselves with a country, any country which has 0% tax or near 0% tax, and they do this kind of drama, this kind of shifting of profit. And देखिए, इसमें the example I gave you, it involves physical commodity. This become even easier when you have digital commodity. For example, I am buying a software. These are application-based companies. For example, I am buying a software. I can place as big order as for software All you have to do is send me a software. कौन check करने जा रहा है software को? In the stock industry, this based on profit shifting is even severe. Commodity में तो commodity verification happen at the custom ports पे. But in software में there is nothing called custom port. It's an internet to internet transaction. In this, the base erosion, all these companies, all these tech companies are notorious for this kind of transaction. That's why US tried to bring, and it's trying to bring. This is not yet applicable in the world. US is trying to bring something called as global minimum tax. Because US is impacted. I'm guaranteeing you, if US would not be impacted by BAPS, na, तो US कभी नहीं. But now because US is impacting, I'm telling you, all companies of US are notorious for this. US is thinking at least 15% minimum tax should be. It means it doesn't matter how much tax you have. Say, for example, Cayman Island impose 0% taxation. If any Indian company or a subsidiary of a foreign company do any business with any company in Cayman Island, Indian government will impose at least 50%, 15% tax on their transaction. It doesn't matter for what purpose they do. A good idea. इससे फायदा क्या होगा? All these tax havens cannot do anything. आप 0% tax देते, fine. I will tax you domestically and I will tax 15% of whatever transaction you have with the world, irrespective of the country. There is a minimum global tax. A good idea. As I told you, BAPS is easy in case of intangible sources like drugs, software, royalty, IPR. Clear support, good idea. Let's see how when it will become reality. We have no idea about that. Any Indian company, I told you every will be subsidiary. Any subsidiary in India which do global transaction with any company, and if they do transaction with a country which does not pay tax, we will impose 15% on all those transactions. Domestic tax you have to pay, plus you have to pay on your foreign transactions as well, 15% minimum to Indian government, and that will be done by all governments of the world. Now I'm telling you, it's just an idea. Global minimum tax is just an idea, which I believe is a good idea, but I don't know when it will be implemented. We have to see that because we live in a neoliberal world. I don't think it will happen. Okay. A good idea. There's an analysis by Joseph Stiglitz. He's a great economist. He has said that even this idea is a failure. He has said this will not lead into any appreciable outcome. Why is saying so? Because he said accounting system nahi hai. The thing is, the company can still fudge accounts. They will store expenditure, unnecessary expenditure. They can store expenses. I told you profit per your tax, and profit is income minus expenditure. So he's saying unless we create a new accounting system in the world, which will provide a comprehensive definition of profit. We need a new definition to find the profit of each company. And unless we do not do that, company will always find new loophole. You implement global minimum tax, koi baat nahi. They will find another ways to just increase their expenditure and show reduced incomes. और यही चीज पर कहाँ होती थी? माइनिंग में बहुत होती है. माइनिंग देखिए एक्चुअली प्राइवेट कंपनी हर जगह करती है. क्या माइनिंग में दिस वाज आल्सो डन. Mining, I told you, you have to give a percentage of your profit as royalty to the government. So all the mining company, they were notorious for this. What they did is they intentionally showed their profit low. They extracted too much resources from mines and they showed to the government that I extract 1 ton. They may have extracted 20 ton. They showed 20 ton as 1 ton, then they showed low profit and they paid low money to the state government, the central government. For this, government has switched now to revenue model. Mining way, we have switched from royalty on profit to revenue. It means whatever revenue you generate, revenue, revenue माने income एक प्रकार से. Whatever revenue माने whatever income you get, we will take a part of it. I don't care what is your profit. If your profit is 0%, I don't care. I will have a share of your revenue. Good model. Clear है सबको all these debates of economics? Any question? There's some more concept very important for prelims. I think equalization levy UPSC has already asked. This question UPSC has already asked. Another concept that we have is OEM guideline. OEM. It is called. These are India's initiative I am talking about. Okay, we have discussed advanced pricing agreement. Then we discussed the safe harbor rules. Then we discussed equalization levy is nothing. It's a levy on company working in the example. As a Google. फिर Google क्या कहती है? Google does not pay tax in India. Why does not pay tax? Because say I am not an Indian company. I told you not to tax. You must be registered in India. जब भी हम it is registered in US. It simply says I am not an Indian company. I am not providing any service in India. If you see Google क्या कहता है? You have a free internet and you are using my server in US. So you have come to access in US. I have not come to you. ऐसे ऐसे मानिए you're peeking in somebody's house. You have a thermal goggle and you are peeking in somebody's house. What is going on? So that person never invited you to visit their house to see what is going in that house, but you are seeing that because you have the technology to see. बात समझ में आई? They are not providing you any service. You are reaching that service by your means. So that's the argument of these companies. They say कि why should I pay tax? I am not providing any service in India. I am in my country. Your companies are coming to my country for service. So I will pay tax only in you. That's their argument. Government said, okay, you are messing with me. Let's see this. So government imposed an equalization levy. It is a minimum, I think 6 or 8% it is. You can check them out. 6 to 8% tax government imposed any company. Say for example, there is an XYZ company. It gives ad to Google. It gives ad to Google, and we all use Google platform. So that will reflect there. Just say for example, give 10 lakh rupees to Google. So government said cannot tax Google. I know that part, but I can tax this person. Na? He's in India. That is equalization. So any company who is doing a business with a company not registered in India, not paying taxes in India, that company has to pay taxes on their transaction. It is called equalization. So clear what is equalization levy? Cool. Up next concept that we have is, let's visit that also. Okay, these all are important for pilgrims. I'm telling you. These all concepts. What is BAPS? What is poem? Poem. Poem means place of effective management. Now, what happens with MNCs, also known as MNE, multinational enterprises? They have businesses around the world. Say, for example, Dell laptop. You have a Dell laptop. But Dell will say this laptop is assembled in India, not made in India. The part of the laptop. I may be selling laptop, for example, 80K ka. I'm selling the laptop for 80K. But the RAM I purchased from Singapore. So they show this as expenditure. I purchased RAM from Singapore, my company, my part which is in Singapore, they sold me the RAM. I purchased this from there, this from there, this from there. Problem क्या आती थी government of India को? How to tax this? They say I purchased everything from around the world. I just assembled. My input is only 5K. So tax me on 5K. Rest of the thing is expenditure for me. I have earned nothing. But their parent company earns profit. I'm taking Dell example. I'm not saying Dell does that. So what happened is poem. Government decided to decide tax करने के लिए. To tax a company, you need to know what is their place of effective working. So Dell may be registered in USA, may be paying taxes in USA. I don't care. If they satisfy this guideline, I will tax Dell. The guideline is 50%. If 50% of Dell's revenue comes from India, 50% of its infrastructure is in India, 50% of its employees in India. If these guidelines are met, I will assume that Dell is an Indian company and I will tax them as per Indian standard. I don't care where they are registered. If you want to work in India, fine. नहीं तो निकल जाओ. आपको clear है what is POEM guideline? Oh. So these are some concepts. एक्चुअली एक साथ हो गया ये सारा इकोनॉमिक्स में पढ़ाया जाता है इकोनॉमिक्स एंड सिक्योरिटी कोई नहीं दो तीन बार वीडियो देख लेना will it not increase foreign companies yes of course Really discourage them. But remember, they have the way. Okay, minimum tax they find nothing to pay. Now we're fine कर लेंगे. I'm guaranteeing you they are one step ahead. Government of India has IRS officer. They have economists of the world. They pay them hefty fee. Okay, and these people create theories. They buy, these people create theories which you read and become IRS. Okay, they have the people with theories. तो उनके पास पैसा बहुत है. They find some loophole. तो वो देखते हैं next thing. India is already renegotiating DTAA. एक और चीज है जल्दी से मैं बता देता हूँ. डबल टैक्सेशन अवॉइडेंस. ये कैसे वर्क करता है? DTAA, डबल टैक्सेशन अवॉइडेंस अग्रीमेंट. These all are working in international trade. For example, uh, this is USA, this is India. There is a company, Facebook. It works in USA, it works in India. It do a transaction from India to USA or USA to India, doesn't matter. So it can be taxed twice. Say, for example, it sent 15 crore rupees from US to India. The US government will impose 5% tax, Indian government will impose 5%. Same 15 crore transaction, it has to pay tax twice. So what this DTA is, India and US will sign ऊपर उसमें कार्बन कंपोनेंट आ जाएगा. That will not be applicable to everyone. It will work something like this, but that will not be applicable to everyone. It depends how much you are polluting. So I will say DTA. So what happened if a company is in, most of the company are multinational. You're working in US, you're working in India, you're paying double taxation. You have to pay on same transaction, you pay tax in US, tax in India. So to avoid this, US and India may sign something called as DTAA, double taxation avoidance agreement. Under this, only one country will put the tax. Either India will put 5% or US will put 5%. Who will put? That is decided in the DTAA. DTAA may will list some criteria which vary from country to country. India's DTAA with US will be different, Australia different, Singapore different. In that agreement, we list certain criteria which give clarity to the corporate sector. That if I do business in India and if I am, for example, from US, then under what guidelines I will be covered and where I will be taxed. I will be taxed only in one country, either in US or in India, depending upon the provision of DTA. This is this is called double taxation avoidance agreement. So clear what is DTA? Now the last concept, and by that we will end. A disagreement. AEOI. Share will be given to other country. I don't get the point. Company. If one नहीं होगा नहीं होगा no. If one country tax, it will not give money to other country. ऐसा नहीं होगा, share नहीं होगा. But the thing is, it will be mutual. I'm taking Facebook. There are numerous company which will transact from India to US. India will tax them. Company which will transact from US. तो इससे फायदा हो जाता है. इससे ये फायदा है कि corporates को do not have to pay tax twice, which I also believe is bad. Twice taxation का मतलब they will not do the transaction. This is AEOI. What is this agreement? This is known as automatic exchange of information. Automatic exchange of information. Okay, to do all this, to do DTAA, to do POEM, to do equalization levy, to do this advanced pricing, all the agreement we discussed so far. To do this, to require information from other country also. For example, Cayman's Island in India. If I want to tax a company for violating transfer pricing guidelines. उसके लिए I have to have information from Cayman Island. How can I build a case? If Cayman Island does not give me information, then I will not know how much of money real went to see Cayman Island. A company in India can fudge its account. So to verify the details given by Indian company and the company of the Cayman Island, we require exchange of information. For this, we signed AEOI. This is an agreement among the countries under which they automatically exchange information with each other about any inquiry. For example, Facebook in the same case. If India finds that Facebook India is giving vaccine in India violate the transfer pricing guideline, it will immediately send a message to Cayman's authority. I want this company's this information. The Cayman's authority will immediately transfer that information to Indian company. So that Indian company can question Facebook. Clear what is AEOI? Okay. So these are everything about trade, or shall I say transaction between MNCs. And this on violation of these guidelines and something, there were surveys on BBC India, which we know was a reaction to this, their document. So they tell which will work, which will not work. Anyone has any confusion, please ask. Switzerland, I believe partial AEIO है, I believe. Yes, we have signed an agreement for introduction of AEIO. Introduction, we have agreed on principle that we will sign, and there is batch wise agreement that we have this Switzerland is batch wise disclosure. First, the condition is Switzerland. Switzerland government has put a condition to Indian government: we will not disclose the name. I will give you the information you can use for your internal purposes, but you will not disclose them in public domain. Clear? Someone is writing something. I just generally want to ask neutral. So you will never get a neutral source. Everything is opinionatively biased. But news के लिए I would suggest you can watch Rajya Sabha TV is अब तो बेकार हो गया. But Rajya Sabha TV is still good, except for political news which are in favor of government, which you do not have to cover. Rajya Sabha news is a good source. बाकी देखिए, for everyone, I am again suggesting you, rather than pursuing the news from newspaper, pursue scholars. And there are a lot of scholars that I have also told, and you can search them. Best scholars. What you do is search the best scholar on Google, and I know क्या कर सकते हैं हम आज के समय में. देखिए मीडिया में आई कैन गारंटी यू देयर इज नो गुड चैनल रिमेनिंग व्हिच विल गिव यू ट्रू न्यूज़. ठीक है, तो editorial is must, but editorial में there is a problem. Anyone write editorial. ठीक है, most of the time if you see editorial, they are written by this and that person. Sometimes political editorials are also there. So what I will suggest you, find good scholar. जैसे मैंने नाम लिया चौधरी स्टिग्लिट्स, he is a very good economist. केती घोष, these are some economists. ऐसी IR में, so that's what I do. I suggest you to do the same. Google them, their name, and bookmark them. They have Twitter account or somewhere. Whenever they write an article, which is very good quality article. For example, Raghuram Rajan for economics. You have that person, Harry Roderick. Again, Richard and Haas for IR. They are numerous scholars. So what you can do, bookmark them, and they have website, dedicated website, or they are on Twitter or something. Just go there. Every day, click on that name. So Their page will open. If they have written any new article, it will be appear. If no, they close it, go to next column. So क्या होगा? Every day you will generate some good idea. Scholar based persuasion is better. अब न्यूज़पेपर में कुछ भी लिखते हैं और मीडिया को तो आपको पता है. चलिए. So with that note, we shall end today's class. These were the three news, and the third news was a bit in detail. If you want, you can visit it again. Any confusion, very welcome again. We'll meet again next Saturday, and for other people, we will meet in different classes. Have a nice day, everyone. Very well. Yes, you too, Afifa.